get going. All right. Awesome sauce. Okay. Yay, it's official. We're recording. I'm Liz Patton, and I feel so blessed and honored to be able to share in this special time with my girlfriends. We don't get to actually meet in person, but maybe a few times a year if we're really lucky. And so having our virtual cups of coffee is the very next best thing. So yay!
Yay!
This is such a special treat. So first of all, I just want to, if you are a guest with us today, whether you're joining us live or you're watching the recording, I want you to know, first of all, congratulations for being invited to be here, because that means that either me or one of the amazing women on our team thinks that you have something really special and something that would make you a great coach. It means that we share a heartbeat with you in some way. And that's what I just want to start off by saying, is that what I think is so amazing about this opportunity that we have as coaches is not just that we get to serve others in health. It's not just that we get to glorify God by doing that as we honor our temples as His Holy Spirit, but that He actually weaved us all together in this really special way. That, like, these girls share my heartbeat, but I never even knew them before social media. And that is a crazy thing, because my story that I'll share with you really briefly as we start here is that I wasn't even on social media when I became a coach. Like, I didn't understand Facebook. I wasn't on Instagram. I actually was doing a Google search because in my quest to lose my baby weight after having my third son, I have 3 boys, I was training for a triathlon. I totally was enjoying the exercise part of my fitness journey. But my nutritional part, I was doing a lot of research on. So I was learning about how to eat clean, cut out processed foods. I wanted to do it in a very smart way and a very healthy way, not a restrictive deprivation kind of way. So I did a Google search. I found a YouTube video by who is now my upline coach, Michelle Myers, on this product called Shakeology that I had never heard of. I'll be very honest and transparent with you, and that is that I was a bit skeptical of any kind of supplement or shake, because I just was really trying to eat clean whole foods. But everything that I learned about Shakeology was that it was a true whole food, and that it was, in my mind, a way that I could be at my very healthiest as I entered into my triathlon. So I thought, I'm going to try this for 30 days and see how I feel after those 30 days. And I got completely hooked. And so I actually became a coach because I wanted to save 25% on this product that I fell in love with. And now here I am almost 5 years later, and I'm still drinking it every day, as is my husband and my parents and my brother and sister-in-law and most of my family and friends as well. So I'll share that it isn't anything gimmicky. It's the real deal. And if you are new to Shakeology and actually Beachbody, I'll just quickly give you a little history about it, because when I first started drinking it and using our workout programs, I had not heard the history of it. I heard of our program. So you've probably seen an infomercial for like Insanity or the 21-Day Fix or PiYo, you know, if you're channel surfing on the weekends maybe. But so anyway, here's the deal. Before any of those infomercials came to be, there were these 2 guys working out with their personal trainer whose name was Tony Horton, which if you haven't been living under a rock, you have heard of him, right? So they just believed in him, and they thought his workout would make an incredible home workout. So these 2 men were already working for another infomercial company, so they thought this will be perfect. So they went to their employer and said, we have the best idea for the next infomercial. And the guy was like, no way, nobody will want to work out like that at home. And they believed in him so much that they quit their job with this other infomercial company, and they created an infomercial for this home workout program, which later became Power 90, and then P90X, P90X23, and, you know, as they say, the rest is history. So what they discovered, though, is that everybody was purchasing the product, super excited because it is an amazing product, but it was collecting dust on their shelves. And so shelves.
So,
Hey, you can buy, just by the way, I was a former middle school English teacher. So, yeah, good English today. Yeah, it's always good. Okay, so on their shelves, this home workout program was collecting dust. And so they were like, how can we get more people to use these products? Well, what they were discovering was that they had message boards back before social media, and the message boards were being blown up by the 41 people who were really using these products and getting amazing results. These people were just natural encouragers. They were using the products, getting great results with the products, and encouraging and answering the questions to all these other people that were getting the product and not using it. So Carl Deichler, one of these two men that I told you about, he flew them out to California, these 41 people, and he said, hey, you're doing an amazing job encouraging all of these people. If I gave you a discount on your products, would you actually become a coach and, partner with these people to offer them accountability and support? And they were like, yeah. And so that's how the coaching opportunity began. And from there, they discovered that people started getting results, because we know that with accountability, and you've probably experienced this if you're on this webinar with us, that when somebody supports you and is cheering for you and motivating you, it gives you that much more of a chance of success than if you try and do it alone. And that's how the coaching opportunity began. And then they discovered, okay, we've got the fitness part down and we've got the support down, but the nutrition part was still lacking. And so Carl's wife discovered that even though he was using the products, he was eating like a second grader. So she pretty much said, what is the deal with that? You're working out, but you're eating like a second grader. And he said, well, if you would make me something that tasted like dessert and gave me the nutrition that I needed, I would use that. And so that's how Shakeology began. She is a registered dietitian, and she partnered with another guru of superfoods named Darren O'Lean, and they created this product that has amazing superfoods from all over the world that we get to have in our bodies every day by drinking this yummy shake. And as I said earlier, there's no weight loss gimmick to it. There's no quick fix to it. It's just truly the most nutrient dense thing that I put in my body every day. And it's just helped me. It's changed my life. And if you haven't already guessed, I'm just pretty jazzed about it. So, and the coaching opportunity has brought me these amazing women. And so I'm going to stop talking and let them rock your world as only they can do. So we know, because we had some of the same objections that you might have who are with us today. I mean, this isn't something that we all just said, oh yeah, I am all about that. I am going to do that coaching thing and I'm just going to run with it. Like, we all had some objections in the beginning. We all had hesitations. And so chances are we were feeling some of the very same things that you are feeling if you're with us today or watching this recording. So Summer's going to start us off, tell us a little bit about her story and how she came to become a coach, and then share some of the objections that she had.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
So it's so funny to hear you tell that story, because I was searching for something in the same way. I was looking for, I was running and trying to get in shape and doing exercise. I thought I was being pretty consistent, but I also knew that my nutrition was lacking. And so I actually was looking for some kind of multivitamin or something that could supplement what I was doing. I was eating healthy, but we all know the grocery store, you can buy organic and you can do that stuff, but I just felt like I wasn't getting everything that I needed. So on my own time, I was searching for Shakeology, and I was also, this is what I love about our business, it's personal and it's relatable. So I was following Liz, who's my upline, on Instagram, and I was just being encouraged by her every single day. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get out and I'm going to run. I'm going to do this, and super excited about exercising. And I had no clue who she was, but she was somebody that was bringing joy to my day and encouragement. And so that's kind of how I happened upon the Beachbody opportunity. I didn't really even know about Beachbody, but I knew Liz, and I was researching Shakeology. So fast forward a little bit, I got to the point where I was exercising, I was eating healthy, and it just wasn't coming off. And I knew that I needed accountability. I had some stuff that I needed to share and just be honest with, and let it all out and have somebody hold me accountable. And that was Liz for me. And so when I remember when I first emailed you, I just, I got an email back and you said something about Shakeology, and I'm like, all right. So I knew that God had set me up with the two. And so when I replied to her, I let it all out. And I'm sure you remember that, but I was just like, I'm going to be completely honest and tell you what I'm struggling with, what I need. And she was just so warm and inviting and could relate to me. And that's what I love about this team, is that our team is not a team that is going out and trying to sell products. That's not our gig. Our gig is that we love people, and we love them hard, and we love them because God has asked us to do that. And He's in us, and we can't help but do it. She couldn't help but love on me. And I needed that so badly. I just needed that connection. And so that I wanted to say yes. I'm like, this girl, she's got my back, and she has the products, and she's sharing them with me. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump in and say yes. And so that's kind of how I started. I wanted to get a discount on the products, so I didn't know much about. I hadn't tried any of it, and so I signed up as a coach right away, because as a coach, we get 25% discount on all of Beachbody products. And I thought, well, my husband will be happy about that. And since we're relationship based, Liz saw something in me that she knew that I needed to step out and share myself with other people and share my journey with other people. And when I did that, and I was genuine with other people about what was going on, they were curious, and they could see a change in me, and they could see that these products were helping me, and the women around me were helping me, and they wanted to get involved in it too. So I never felt like I was trying to sell something. And I know that when I've talked to other coaches or potential coaches, they're worried about, well, what if I have to go sell? And that's really, we're not selling. We're just taking part in a ministry that God has called us to, and we're using Beachbody as our toolkit, and then going out and being purposeful in what we do. I was talking with my sister-in-law this weekend, and as a family, we go on vacation a lot, and we have to do that to spend time with my husband. And if I wasn't coaching right now, I would go on vacation and I would live it up, and I would eat, and I would not worry about exercising. But as a coach, I'm held accountable to my girls that I'm pouring into. And so that has helped me to stay on track with my health journey. And that's another thing too. When I started, I was 40 pounds heavier than I am right now. And I was nervous about that. Who's going to believe? I know.
Can we just stop for a second and talk about that right there? 40 pounds, girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, for real, right? Awesome. You're going to maybe get teary-eyed. I'm not going to cry this time. But yeah, so 40 pounds heavier. And I thought, who's going to want to listen to me and be part of my journey? Because I obviously don't have my junk together. You can see that. Like there was more, I just needed, how am I supposed to be a health coach when I'm doing this? And what I've found is that people, they just love to participate with you and hear your struggles and hear the realness of what it is that you're going through, because I guarantee you everybody has their own stuff, and we're all working through it, and we're all just trying to live day to day. And when we're committed to another person and just pouring into them, our stuff doesn't seem so crappy all the time. You're trying to you're just pouring into somebody else, and then that takes the focus off of us. And in the same time, we're continuing on our journey, and we're getting healthy. And 40 pounds later, you're going on vacation, and you think, okay, so I can continue on with this and keep doing what I'm doing. it's just been a huge blessing in my life. Not only the products. We were at a hotel this weekend, and I get so lost in the gym. That's not my thing at all. In the past, I would have gone in there and sat on the treadmill for I don't know how long if I would have gone in there. But I plugged in my, I'm doing T25 right now. So I plugged that in, and I'm working out and getting my stuff done. And then I was just like, okay, I'm done, 25 minutes in and out. And I was sweating, and, so it's become part of my life. And it's been such a joy and such a blessing. And the biggest part for me has been being involved with a team that's just has the same heartbeat, and that's to serve people and to love them well. And so that's kind of my story.
Good stuff, girl. And you serve and you love so well. And I'm grateful for you. So you've heard the objection of thinking that you have to be at your goal weight, which obviously those of us on this team, we are still all works in progress. So we completely understand that. And we don't sell, we share, we serve. Another very common objection that we hear, because a lot of the coaches who join our team are busy mamas. And so it's not like they're sitting around eating bonbons and have like tons of time on their hand, right? It's like, I'm juggling this hat and this hat. Which hat am I, where, so we totally understand that for you to think, I just don't have time to do one more thing. We all felt that same way in the beginning too. And so Carrie's going to talk to us a little bit about that, but I would love it, girl, if you can share with us before you talk about that, just a little bit about your story and how you came to become a coach.
Sure. Absolutely. Hey guys.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi. Well, let's see. I became a coach about a little over a year and a half ago. And I'll be honest, just like many of these women, we all have struggles with different things. And my biggest struggle, I think at the time was, I am a military wife. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I was a full-time working mom for not all of it. I wasn't a mom, but 10 years I was a working person. I was a working woman. And when I was pulled out of the workforce to stay home with kids, I wanted to. I prayed that that's what I wanted to do. Like, I really wanted to. But then when it happened, I was like, who am I? Like, who is this girl? And I was super pregnant, and we had moved a couple of times. And when I found out we were moving to the Keys, of the Florida Keys, I was like, okay, I have to wear shorts. There's no option. It's super hot here. And so I've got to get it together. And so I started to really focus on my nutrition and working out. And, I wanted to fill my cup so that I had more to give to my kids, because I knew that if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to run this show, especially with my husband being here and gone, and I was kind of the one. And so I came across the coaching opportunity. I was in a free challenge group, and I was like, I'm not going to buy anything. I don't really like in-home workouts. I don't do shakes. I've tracked my stuff on my MyFitnessPal. I'm fine. And then I did the first 5 days, and I was like, gosh, I really like this, because I'm helping these other women. I'm like part of this team. It's not just the coach. It's me, and I'm giving my suggestions from my experience. And then she said, I'm going to do another free one. Do you want to do it? And I'm like, I still can't buy anything. And I still don't really like in-home workouts, but I'll try it. And so I did. And then I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. I really like it. And I had tried Shakeology one time before I signed up as a coach, one time. And I had bought Turbo Jam a long time ago, and it was in my cabinet, and didn't even finish it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this PiYo thing. I'm going to do the whole thing, and I'm going to drink Shakeology. And I fell in love with it. And my core got super strong, and I just fell in love with it. And so here we are over a year and a half later, just running beside women is amazing. Seeing people their relationships change, the way that they are with their kids change. People, when someone sends you an email or a message and says, you've changed my life, that is that's big. It's a big deal.
Big.
And so it's become a passion of mine, just like these women. And I think that if I would have joined a different team, I might not feel this passionate about it, because these women are the real deal. I see them on Facebook, and I'm like, but people really don't know what these women are all about. You can't even begin to understand just from the surface. So that's me. That's how I started. And so I'll go back to the time objection. Okay. So when I was working full time, I remember saying to myself, gosh, those stay-at-home moms, they have so much time. They just have so much time to just do all this stuff. And no, we don't. And so I think for everybody, time is what you make it. I even think about this with my challengers. They say I don't have time to work out. You have to carve out time for something that you love, for something that you're passionate about. And so everybody does it different ways on Team Believe, because everybody has different things going on in their lives. Some women are working full time. Some women are, full-time stay-at-home moms, just different stuff. So for me, it's changed. My youngest, I have 2 boys. I have a 3-year-old who actually just fell asleep, which is like never
amazing
happened.
miracle.
Yeah. I was like, are you for real right now? This is great. So, and then I have another one who's at school who's being picked up by a friend today. So you carve things out. But for me, what one of my goals for coaching was like, okay, I would fit it in early in the morning, and then I would fit it in like in his nap time, and then I'd do some in the evening. I'd say, okay, you have a ball game tonight, so tonight I'm working, stuff like that to watch on TV for my husband. So I carved it out in different ways. And one of my first goals was, okay, so I'm going to pay for 2 days a week for my youngest, because he's getting 3 years old, to go to school. And so through the coaching opportunity and making some income, I take that now and he goes to school, and I have those periods of time carved out for working. So I feel like as your business grows and changes, you carve out the time that you need in different ways. And that, to me, is really the way that I think we all work it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's great about our team is that we don't expect people to know how to manage time, because we've all kind of been works in progress and have learned that together. So we offer training. We teach you how to have a power hour, how to work your business in that very short chunk of time. Yes, power hour, right?
That's the bomb.
Yeah.
I follow that. Summer did. Both of you guys have done a great power hour webinar.
Oh, thank you.
Training is amazing. Yep.
Yeah. So
I agree. That's so huge. Being part of this team and the trainings has transformed my personal life. I feel so much more organized, and I'm reading books that I would never have read. And it really does help organize your life, and
absolutely. Good stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that, Carrie.
Yeah.
All right. So we've had a lot of questions about what do you actually do as a coach? What would a day as a coach actually look like? How do you make money? And so Cassie is going to talk with us about that, but I would love for you too, if you don't mind, just sharing your story, how you became a coach. Cassie and I met on social media actually, and just again shared a heartbeat. And so I would just love for you to share your story a little bit too.
I would love to. I hope everything's okay. I'm sitting outside. And what's really neat that we haven't even touched on is I think the 4 of us are in completely opposite ends of the U.S. So we span the nation, and it is actually a nice day in the Midwest today. So I'm like, I don't care. I'm sitting outside, and I'm gonna take it. So I hope not a big truck doesn't go by or something. But anyway, I'm Cassia, and I oh my gosh, just listening to all of you gets me so excited. But I love this team. There's just no better way to say it. I met Liz, like she said, on social media, and my heartbeat was in a little bit of a different place. I was already into fitness. I love fitness. It's been my jam for quite some time. A few years back, when things got really hard in my life and with my marriage, God blessed me with fitness. It became my positive outlet, and it really got me through some tough days. And what happened was, after I had started pursuing my own regimen, I was, running, and I was working out a lot and doing all these great things. But, just like with anything in life, it's not that fun when you don't have someone to share it with, right? So I was kind of doing it on my own, but I felt really lonely. And after both of our girls were born, we have a 4 and a 5-year-old, so I can relate to a lot of what Carrie shared about her busy days. But after our girls were born, I needed a tribe. Like, I really wanted women in my life that shared a heartbeat for faith and for fitness. And I knew I loved being at home, love my mom job. It's the best. But I also wanted adults in my life to talk to here and there, so I wouldn't lose my complete mind. My husband works really tough hours. So I need positive women of Christ in my life, like nobody's business. So when I found Liz, I was like, right here, hook me up. And I, like she shared in the beginning, had my objections too. I was really scared to sell something. My husband kept saying, no, we didn't have the money, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? I think God just weaves that together for good and makes that path straight. So here we are. But what was really neat about it coming into this team was there just has not been a step that I haven't felt supported. And, is this scary to put yourself out there? Is it scary to learn something new and be really brave about all the peaks and valleys in your life and live very loud? Yes. But when you have women around you, like these women here and the rest of our team, I mean, life just gets like incredible. It just expands into these beautiful realms. I mean, look at us spanning the nation here.
For real.
So that's kind of my story. I just can't imagine my life without my team, without these ladies here. It's incredible. And it's funny because when I think about my day, and Carrie was talking about our busy days as moms, you know what? There's never something more valuable than pouring into someone else. That fills my cup. So when someone wants to connect and I have an encouraging word, and sometimes they even bless me with an encouraging word, that just makes my life that much more rich. It doesn't subtract. It doesn't take away. It doesn't stress me out and make me feel like I have more on my plate. So I love coaching, and that's just, boom, where my heart is. So
love it. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So can you walk us kind of through the day in the life of a coach, kind of what we do? I've had some people actually say, like, because our team focuses on service and sharing, we don't talk a lot about the selling part of it because we don't lead with that. But obviously, a lot of the women on our team are using this as a significant way to add income to our families. And we have all kinds of coaches on our team, as the other girls already alluded to. I mean, I just started out as what we call a discount coach or a preferred member, somebody who's just enjoying that discount and enjoying getting access to all of the brand new workouts as they are being released. And that's totally fine. I mean, we have a lot of women on our team who just truly love being preferred members. But then you might want to dip your feet in and get a little, more wet into coaching. And so some of our coaches like to pay for their monthly Shakeology. We call it Refer 3, get yours free. So if you have just 3 friends, you can get your Shakeology paid for the month just based on the commissions that you make from them. Then we have some coaches who are maybe trying to save money for a car payment or their children's future college education or a family vacation. And then we have some of us, like, I totally never thought I would do this for a living, but it's built into that, and that's totally possible for you too. So you have choices for how much or how little you want to work this. You're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. As we've already said, like, we are here to support you on your journey. But Cassia, do you mind just sharing a little bit, like, what you do as a coach, how you actually make money if somebody wanted to do that?
Absolutely. I'd love to. And Liz, I mean, you already touched on it, but I just want to, can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. My box isn't lit up. So I'm always paranoid. Like, I'm just going to be like,
no, you're good.
Okay. So I think one of the biggest things, and again, you hit on it, but this can be what you want it to be. You can run with it and compound your income slowly, or you can just keep it as a passion, as a hobby, as kind of more accountability for yourself. So it really can be what you want it to be. I tell my ladies, like, if you want to walk, we'll walk. If you want to run, we'll run. So when you join our team or you sign up as a discount coach, there's no immediate pressure like, okay, now your day is going to look like this. You know, that's not how it works. This is the beauty of this business, is it's flexible. You can create your own hours, you can schedule your own day, and you make it fit. You know, my kids are in the yard. Sorry if you can hear them playing. Like, you know, you make it work for your schedule. So I think my biggest thing, and I can share my entire day with you, but the biggest thing is you basically create your own little windows. And if you want to do this big and you want to be able to lean into this financially and you really want to see your income start to grow, then you're just going to increase, you know, your working windows, like Carrie referenced earlier. You're just going to do your power hour a couple times a day instead of just once. So right now, you know, I do my power hour in chunks because I can't just sit down and do like bada boom, bada bing because of my girls. But I can break that up and I can do it, you know, here in the morning and then a little bit later in the afternoon when someone's maybe napping. You know, that's always, you never know. And then again in the evening, I sit down and do another chunk. So you can make this whatever you want it to be. Sometimes I'll have people be like, well, I just don't, you know, I'm not tech savvy. Like, I don't have the time to sit on my phone or on my computer and make all these fancy graphs and things that you know, ladies seem to be sharing. So I'll just kind of share with you how my day flows. And I think this might just be like an aha moment, I'm hoping. When I go about my day, and I do like to try and stick to a schedule, but as moms, we have to give ourselves some grace space. So what I do is, like, when I get up in the morning, I just kind of think about like what hat I have to put on. So when I wake up in the morning, the first hat I always put on is my mom hat. So then I get my girls all situated, they're good. And then it's time to like put on my girl boss hat. And then I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to punch out my power hour. Like Carrie said, I'm going to make sure all my challengers are accounted for and have checked in and fill their cups and ask them how they're doing. And here's the neat part. Like, as a coach, you're basically going to get paid to work out, because if you're walking your talk and people are following you and they're asking you what you're doing, they're going to want to do what you're doing and they're going to invest in those programs and you are going to be compensated. So if you're truly walking your talk and you're doing the coaching part and people are coming to you, like, boom, right there, that's your job. So when you do those workouts, when you're outside playing with your kids, when you go for a family bike ride, you know, when you go hiking, whatever, you just are basically a photojournalist and you take some pictures. And one of the things I tell my coaches, like, don't be a slave to your phone. You know, Liz tells us, like, nobody envies the girl on their phone. So I tell my coaches, like, take the pictures and then put your phone away. You know, document those beautiful moments, like snap, you know, a video or a little picture and then tuck it away. You don't need to stop, drop, and cover it, you know, with words and on the spot. Just think of like the most amazing, mind-blowing post ever that's going to take 30 minutes. Like, don't do that to yourself. Just take the picture and put it away. So be a little photojournalist. Go about your day. You know, if you're a mom or a woman who has a little bit more time in your day. Oh, here's one of my littles. If you're a mom who has a little bit more time in your day, then maybe in the afternoon you come back and you revisit some of the things you were doing online, you know, work another power hour. So then you're going back into your challenge groups, checking on people, maybe sending some emails. I love to call myself a connector. So I'm connecting. I'm always engaging. I'm reaching out to people. How's your day going? And I just don't feel like what I do is work. It's what I was doing already. I love people. I'm an extrovert, so I love others. I get energy off of talking to and connecting. So now I'm just getting paid for that. And if you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram anyway, you might as well, you know, make a little money while you're sitting on your phone. So it's all good there. But, oh, can you guys still see me? Sorry, my phone's okay. Rolled the dice with being outside here. So it's really just like this beautiful flow. And I think we overcomplicate it thinking, well, I'm going to have to, you know, sit down and do this and shut myself in an office. And, you know, obviously it can really be what you want it to be. And then for the most part, I really just live my life and I create windows. You know, I come back in the evening and I sit down and I make sure that I'm checking back in. I'm reaching out to a few more people. I'm starting to go back into those pictures I took throughout the day and maybe putting a cute little phrase on them or a cute little like May something that's inspiring. But for the most part, like, it's just this beautiful invitation of sharing the things that bless you, or that are spurring you on. And it doesn't need to be complicated. Like, we don't need to make it, all business all the time. It really is more of like a journey that you're sharing who you are and inviting others to journey with you. So that's the beauty of it.
So good. Cassie, I so
Yeah.
agree. You know what, where you were saying that is, it makes me think of like the personal development side of it too. I find that like when I work out, we all feel this way. I'm sure we all need this. It like makes your brain fire off. So like you just feel better, like you're a nicer mom and all that stuff, but you also like think of more ideas, and like when you're reading, and it's like it all kind of comes together, and it does really like overflow your cup so that you can pour it into other people. And it's just how you live. I think you do a good job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All you ladies
exactly.
All you do that. You all do that. So, we've shared with you maybe how you're feeling inside, what might make you hesitate about this, kind of what we do as coaches. But if you're thinking that this is something that you might want to pursue, and really for anybody who's with us live or watching the recording, when you leave here today, like, I really want you to reach out to whoever invited you to be here and just share your heart, share what maybe your hesitations are, what your fears are, what your concerns are, because chances are they've had that same fear or thought as well. But if there's a tug on your heart, I mean, I felt the tug. These ladies obviously felt the tug. One of the things we talked about last week is honoring the tug. Like, God gives us the tug, right? So if you're feeling that tug, it's for a reason. And so I would just encourage you to do one of two things. Either join a challenge group. Like, if you have never even heard of Shakeology, or you don't even know what this PIO thing is that Carrie talked about, or T5, I mean, we have tons of workout programs, right? There truly is something for everybody. So start with a challenge group. Just experience it for yourself. 30 days of being loved on and supported and encouraging other women. Just start there. If you
Who doesn't want that, right?
No, right?
So
Real.
true.
If you've already done that though, and you loved that experience and you're feeling the tug, then I would encourage you to jump in and experience coaching for yourself. There are no contracts that you have to sign. It's not like you're signing away 6 months of your life. Like, if you do this and you feel like, no, this isn't really what I thought it would be, like, you can stop at any time. There is no inventory that you have to keep in your basement or your closet, and like a quota that you have to reach. Like, thank the good Lord above that we don't have any of that. Like, really, there's none of that. So all it is you sharing products that you love with people that you love. And, as I mentioned before, that might just be yourself. Or if you decide you want to share it with a few others, that's fine too. But you can actually become a coach for free with the purchase of a challenge pack. So you get in a challenge pack, you get Shakeology, and you get one of our workout programs. And that normally, to become a coach, it's $40. But if you sign up with a challenge pack, it's totally free. So if you've already purchased a challenge pack and you're interested in coaching, then you can pay the $40 and then email customer service with the confirmation number from your previous challenge pack order, and they'll refund you the $40. So you're still becoming a coach for free. And the reason why we do that is because, and I love this about our company, but they feel like if you've invested in your health with the purchase of a challenge pack, they want to invest in you by allowing you to become a coach for free. So, I mean, like, good stuff right there. So we want to just give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. You can just go down into the chat tab and type in any questions that you might have. Anybody? Is there anything that we haven't talked about yet that you want to ask us? Yes, no? Okay. Well, girls, I enjoyed having coffee with you today.
It was fun.
We, in just a few months, May, June, 2 months, we get to do this together in Nashville, have coffee together.
Can't wait.
I know.
That'd be so
That's
fun.
so fun. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording, and If, as I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, reach out to whoever it was that invited you to join us today and talk with them about the tug that you might be feeling. So honor the tug. All right. I love y'all. Love you, girls.
Bye.